Hello again. So it's finally cooling off. It was only 80, well, it's like 80 degrees right now, and there's a nice breeze. It's afternoon. What time is it? It's like almost 3:30. So I'm going to start pulling all these plants out of here. I probably won't put them back again for another week or so, because next Tuesday, what day is today's Wednesday, so next Tuesday it's supposed to be 99 again. I'm just so over this heat. But we'll see what happens. I see a lot of them have just kind of rotted, but that's a good plant. I just need to trim it up, cut off all this part of the stem, and I'll be able to replant those. So I'm going to have Dave lower these, because this one is too high. This is probably about, I don't know, it's close to 6 foot up here. And I can't even see up in there unless I stand on a stool. So I want to put this one down about here, and then move this one down a little bit lower. There won't be this much space in between. There's only gonna be about that much space, because none of the plants get too tall. They don't need more than that room. I may not even have to move this one. I may just be able to, once we lower this one, then I'll see what it looks like. But it might look, I don't know how it'll look, if it'll look like it's too close together. So I'm not gonna video this, because all I'm doing is pulling these out, cleaning them up, and then yeah, I'll probably come back next week when I'm ready to replant. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's all the plants I pulled out. Now, I pulled them out on September 25th, and it is now October 10th, so it's been over 2 weeks, and they have just been laying in this container on my dining room table. So you can see how shriveled some of them are, but this plant still wants to grow, and they certainly hardened off from where I cut them, so I don't think I'll cut them anymore. But I do need to still treat them for mealybugs, because as you can see, some of them you see on this stem here, there are a lot of mealybugs in here. And, you know, I don't really pay as much attention to the plants in the gutter as I should. But look at, oh, here's a good, let's see if I can get that to show up. See the mealybug there? Look at that. This one, I'll just squish it. Just squish it. There's another one right there. Get it off of there. But you know what's funny is, I'm trying to be careful, because there, oops, I just pulled it off. There was a little root starting to grow there. So they don't care. These plants are they're gonna do what they need to survive. I can see another little tiny root starting to poke out. This is a Fred Ives, and it's gonna flower. I'll probably cut that flower off. Wait a minute, I don't think that's a Fred Ives. This is a Fred Ives with mealybugs. So yeah, I'm gonna spray these with alcohol today. You can see down in there. These are all gonna go back in the gutter. But they will, you know, they'll take back off as soon as I get them planted and start watering them again. So that's a good start. Now I do need a lot more plants to add to this, because this isn't enough to do about, I don't know, maybe 2 feet. I've got 20 feet of gutters. So I will probably be doing some shopping, and I have ordered a whole bunch of plants that, you know, I showed you in a previous video, that are sitting outside in a container. These are some ones from my Garden of Death. I just brought them over here. I have sprayed them. Look at the new focus, the new tiny little leaves. So these were all sad and pathetic looking. But, you know, there's a lot of good plants in here. I just need to treat them, chop them, stick them back in. Look at this little aloe, it's so dry, but still alive. All these little jelly beans, so these have all been treated for mealybugs, so they should be all fine, but look at the roots growing on them. They want to grow. So we'll get all these. I'll use a bunch of these. I've got a couple more trays like this with plants growing in them, and like I said, I'll go get some more cheap ones. Probably go to Home Depot and get those two. I think they have like 6 packs of kind of this size plants for $20. You know, they're a little pricey, but the plants are nice, and they're usually 6 different plants. And if there's not, I switch them around. If they put, you know, if they look too similar, I'll pull one from one thing and, you know, just switch them. That way I get a lot of different color, and I'll get that all planted back up and get it looking nice for fall. It's October 10th, and if I wait too much longer, I think we're going to go right into winter. It's going to be crazy. We had a really hot end of summer, super hot July, fairly hot August, and a couple of over to 100-degree heat waves in September that lasted over a week each. So it's been really warm. So now it's cooling down. I think it's going to stay cool, and I'm going to get my butt back to work in the garden, and I have lots of new projects coming up. So, okay, we'll be back when I'm ready to get these gutters planted. Okay, so here's what I have to work with. I did go to Home Depot, and I bought these. I got 8 of these, and each one has 8 plants. Some are a little smaller, some are bigger, but they're all different colors, just common stuff. These, I paid $10 a piece for these tubs, but what I was planning on getting was the ones that had 6 plants for $20. The plants were quite a bit bigger. Most of them were like that size, a little bit bigger than that. But this was a better deal because these plants will grow, pretty quick. But look at the colors, they're beautiful. And then a lot of stuff that I already had in the garden, I went and I cut a bunch of stuff. I got some aeoniums here, some Adolphii, I think this is the Firestorm, a couple of Agave filifera. I think I got 2 of these that are not looking good, but they'll look better. Some Cameronii, I think I cut a couple more pieces. I got a couple ghosties, some other stuff, little aloe. And here, this is all the stuff I took out of the gutters, and then a few leftover pieces from Mary. Another little really shrunken aloe. And I'm stupid. I should have soaked this in water before I chopped the roots off. I should have let it plump up, but I wasn't thinking. But all this stuff has been treated for mealybugs. And then these are the ones that I ordered from Mountain Crest Gardens. None of the sempervivums. These are just the Echeveria, just the other batch. Will go in there because I'm going to do a cool bowl out of the sempervivums. And then these are some more that I got at Home Depot today. Some tomentosa. I got the chocolate soldier in that one. This nice big Echeveria, some aloe, and then these 2 little ones came from Mountain Crest Gardens. So that's what I have to start with. And kitty, I'm going to do the bottom one first, but I still need to clean it out. I just took all the plants I wanted, but I got to come in here, dig it up, clean out all the roots, get all the debris out, save as much soil as I can, and we'll see how many plants I can get. Hi, baby. In the first one, and then we'll do the top one after, and I might have to buy more plants for that. It looks like I have a lot, but when you tuck them all together, they go quick. So I'll get working on this, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I got all the dead roots and everything out of here, or most of it. There's still a lot of dry leaves, but that's okay. The soil is pretty good. It's really gritty. It has a lot of perlite. It seems like it's mostly perlite. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reuse the same soil and start getting some plants in. So I wanna start with the big ones first. And these ones are not cutting, so it'll take a little bit more space. So I'm gonna try to put these bigger ones, like one on each end. So I'm gonna stick one down here. And this is a panda plant. They come a couple different varieties. It's a Kalanchoe tomentosa. I got 2 of the green silvery ones, and I got 2 of the chocolate soldier. So I'm gonna kind of stick these in, and I apologize if it's gonna be hard to hear me, but I did actually buy a microphone. I just have not even tried it, but I need to get that get that hooked up and see if it works. But I'm gonna just kind of separate these all the way down to here. It should be pretty easy to get all this stuff planted in here because the soil in here is very dry. Pumbaa, no, he already knocked one of my plants off of here because he's rubbing on this table that I have all my plants sitting on, and this table is very unstable. So I gotta watch him for a second. Come on, get out of there. No. Off you go. Oh, helicopter. That's a nice one. I don't know what kind of helicopter that is, but it's like a, it's not one of the army ones or one of the medical ones. We see the ones from the Life Flight all the time. They go over here towards the hospitals. Okay, so we got 4 of these in here, and I'm going to do a little spot watering on the stuff that I know has roots. Like, look at this. Look at the roots on this aloe. So this is a clumpy, that's actually another plant that's trying to come up. So I'm going to point it that way. I really should break these roots up, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to stick one here. I have 2 of these. And these stay pretty small, but they're clumpy. So they'll, you know, they should stay pretty compact. So this one can go, I think I have it on this side. Maybe a little more towards the middle. Like so. Okay, so I do have a couple Aloe Cameronii cuttings that I want to stick in here. I'm going to stick one on the end right here. Because that'll give it a little room to kind of grow out of there. And maybe I'll stick this one here towards the back. And let's see, I got another one that's potted up, but I don't know, maybe I'll save that one to put up on top. But it's this one here, so maybe I'll hold on to that one and that one go up on the top there. Set it under there for now. So now I'm going to stick in all of the plants. Whoops, I just knocked one on the ground. I'm going to stick in all of the plants that I had taken out of the gutters. I'm just going to set this right here. So can you see this whole, I got this whole tray of cuttings. I treated them because they were all mealy bugs and, you know, just kind of infested with stuff. But so I've got some Echeveria agavoides, and they're all hardened off good, but they look nice inside. They look nice and green on the in the middle. I don't know if you can see down in there, but so I'm just gonna stick these throughout. I think I have 3 or 4. Oh, this one's actually got some roots on it. Maybe I'll go down here with these ones. One down here. I could probably use a little bit more soil, but I'm not going to. And the reason is a lot of these plants that I have are in their little pots still, and I'm not going to take the soil off. I'm just going to plant them like that. So I have plenty of soil to fill in these little gaps. Some of these are actually, oh, you're not going to probably be able to see that, but there's a little tiny root right here trying to grow. So some of these are already rooting up, but this is going to be easy because I'm just going to be able to basically poke them in. What does Laura say? Like putting candles on a birthday cake. You can see this one has got some roots right here already starting. So this one I'm going to poke a hole so I don't just tear the roots up instead of just stuffing it in there. And I might treat these again for mealy bugs, you know, just give it a few days, come out here in the morning, spray it. Yeah, see, these are all getting roots on them. Get down in there. Some of them, they like to fall back out, you know, so if you come out in a couple days, a bunch of them will be out of here on the ground. They do that to me all the time. I don't care though. I just pick them up, stick them back in. But some of these, you just kind of set them. You don't even have to push them down. I think this is a Fred Ives. I'm going to stick this one back. Whoops, I just broke another leaf. It's so funny because I see people just jabbing these in the soil all the time and they never break. But man, every time I do it, the leaves break off. I don't know why I left that there. So I'm just going to pretty much stick things wherever just to fill in the gaps. That one I'm not going to put in there because that one still has a lot of mealybug in there. Look at that. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that one because I don't want to deal with it. Most of them are fine. I did check them a couple days ago and they were looking good, so I'm not too worried. And like I said, I can spray them again. I just ordered a gallon of alcohol to fill up my little spray bottle because I go through so much. I get mealybugs really bad out here. I don't know why. This funny little aloe, which I think I said when I pulled it out, I should have watered it really good before I pulled it out because it was so shriveled. And I could have let it plump up first, but I just wasn't thinking. You know what? I think I'm going to be, let's see, what else? I got some nice ones in here. That one still has all its roots on it. I'll just set that right there. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick these roots, or these leaves just, I barely touch them and they pop right off. I think I'm going to start with some of these that have, you know, that are already potted up. Some of the ones that I bought from Mountain Crest Gardens. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of those in because it looks like I'm going to be able to have enough plants to do potentially the top and the bottom gutter. Most of these I'm basically just going to set them on there, and then what I'll do later is I'll come by with, you know, just handfuls of soil to put around them. And that way, I don't have to mess with their pulling the roots off. I need some with longer stems to stick here to cover that up. I've got some really pretty stuff, and I don't know if are you seeing this okay? Put you a little higher and look down, you might be able to, if you can see the colors. I'm trying to get colors all sort of mixed around, you know, so that there's a little red, a little purple next to some green, and maybe a little pink. And then you want the taller ones towards the back that you know are going to grow higher. So this is a Fred Ives too. I have 3 of these, and you can see how green it is because it hasn't been getting a lot of sunlight. But it will color up. These are pretty, and I'm just going to set them back in the back. Put some soil up there, and they'll grow out. Ooh, I just noticed I've got this little sunburst, Aeonium sunburst. I'll stick that one. It's got kind of a long stem. I can just set it right there, and it'll reach for the soil. I know I had a couple of those. Maybe I'll put those uglier old ones up on top. Hey, you two, no squabbling. No squabbling. Yeah, I'm going to have plenty of plants here to work with, so this is going to be good. These are going to look really nice. And I'll be able to get a lot of different color mixed in here. What did I... I got... So, on these plants that I'm putting in now, I think I got 2 of each one in this huge mix I got from Mountain Crest. Look how pretty those are. The color. I love them. Yeah, I think I got 2 of each one. So these are really going to add nice color in here. And they're going to grow right through their little root here into, oh, I don't want that close. They're going to go right through their little root ball into the soil that's in here. So that's good. I think I am going to, I'm going to go grab, oh, I hate to leave, maybe I'll wait. I should go grab some more soil to add it into some of the low spots, but I know if I leave, these little buffaloes I've got wandering around are going to knock my stuff over. So maybe I won't. Oh, that one was really pretty. Where's the other one? That looks just like it. Look at the color on this. What is it? Is this? I just broke a couple of leaves off. Is this like, this is pretty cool, but I'm afraid that it's actually burned. I think that's more of a sunburn than like a variegated. That looks like it's, like those are, they're not soft. I'm gonna hope for the best on these because I got a feeling these are, the leaves in the back are rotting just from the look of them. They don't look like they're a variegated. Oh, this one's pretty. Is that a pearl? That might be a Pearl von Nuremberg. This is one of the old ones. I think I'm gonna stick that one right there in the front. Cat, get down off of there. I'm trying to find all the tall ones that are gonna show up now in here. Another really pretty purpley one. I'm gonna put this one all the way down on the end. Right down here. Actually, I'm gonna stick a few right next to that one. So how about if I grab one of these, which is really pretty. Pick out some of the dead leaves off of it. And then maybe this other little dark one. This looks like maybe a Black Prince. I don't know, it's a nice fat one. And then another one of these Fred Ives, all the way down on the end. And I'll show you how these turn out when I'm done. I'll give you a little tour down here. And these, I can just kind of set them right next to each other. That one in the front. And this one on the end. And I need another one right there. And once these fill in, they're gonna look really good. But they're gonna need time to grow a little bit taller and thicker. But what happens typically is they shrink first. When you first plant them, especially if they're cuttings, they kind of shrivel up because I'm not gonna be able to water these for a while. I'll try and do like a little, like I said, a little spot watering for the stuff that I know has roots so that I'm not watering the plants that do not have roots. Otherwise they'll just rot and I don't want that. I'm gonna move this one. I think I'll tuck that one right under here. Get in there. And then this one, I'm gonna go right there. Pick up that one a little bit. And then I can take some of these from before that have just a stem and fill in the gaps. Because I got a lot of these. These are the, well, this one's different. Some of them are the Adolphii. What are you guys doing over there? This one, look at the little, see the little plantlets on the end here? So maybe what I'll do with this one, to give these little plantlets a chance, maybe I'll just lay it on the soil. And the roots, it'll root on that stem right down into that soil, but those little plantlets will be able to find their way out. Look how cute is that one. Can you get in there? Okay, let me see. I still got some room for, how about another one of these? Yeah, these looked amazing when I got them, but they've been sitting around for like 3 weeks being neglected. So they're kind of sort of struggling now, but that's all right. They'll be, most of them will be fine. Most of them, hopefully. They will. They'll be fine. They're tough. I'm going to really protect them this year. So what I think I'm going to do is put on the wall here, up above this top gutter. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can see that, but about 6 inches above that top gutter, I'm going to put an eye bolt on each end, and I'm just going to stretch one long piece of frost cloth all the way along, and then just let it hang over on the nights when I know it's going to be really cold. And then during the day I can just roll it back up and just kind of tie it up like, you know, like a, I don't know what you call it, a sunshade. You know, people that put them around on their porches. I think, ow, that one's got a sharp little corner. I got a low spot in the soil. I can probably just set a few of these right down in there. Let's see, they're not really different colors right now. Everything is just sort of green, greenish blue, just from the lack of sun that they've been getting. The lack of sun that they haven't been getting. I don't know, how do you say that? Just from the lack of sun. Alrighty. Yeah, a few of these have some leaves that are, they kind of almost feel soft, like they're trying to rot. And I did soak them really good, but then, I mean, as soon as they were all dry, I put them out, you know, wherever I set them, out in the front. So the soil should have dried out, but maybe they were just too close together and they weren't really having a chance to dry, but they'll be okay. And I've got so many cuttings. I've got some big cuttings. I haven't put them in yet because I want to get all this little stuff in first. And then I'm going to try and tuck some of those big ones. I have some ghosties and some Adolphii. And another one, I think maybe it's a Graptopetalum or Graptocetum. I don't know. I'm going to tuck those in the back because most of them have nice long stems and they'll just kind of hang over and do their thing. So when you can't see me back here, what I'm doing is I'm just taking all the dead leaves out from under the edges of some of these. I'm just gonna set this one right back in here. I can't even see this little thing. Where can I put you where I'm gonna be able to see you? Well, I'm not gonna be able to see it, it's too small until it really grows. Now I've got, blow the perlite off of here. Ow, I got a couple of these little fuzzy, I really like these. I think that's an Echeveria. I want to get a couple of these in here. Maybe one right under here. Just like that. That's cute. Yeah, these are, these desperately need water, those tomentosas. Whoa. So they plant these, and I think they grow them in, I got one of those right there. Peat. At least that's what it feels like. It feels like it's just peat moss. And so when you take them out of their pots, they basically just fall apart. They're just, if it's not really wet, that peat moss just falls apart. Okay, I'll clean this one up a little bit. It's got some dead under leaves. And these leaves that are dying underneath, that's normal. Ooh, this one's gonna be really pretty. I'm just gonna set that one right there. And I never even did clean these after I unpacked them. So there's soil all over the tops of some of them just from being shipped. And this is I don't know if I said this earlier. These are the plants I got from Mountain Crest Gardens, and I really like their stuff. Oh, that's exactly the same plant. Ooh, right here's a good spot. I need something big right there. Maybe, you know what, I'm gonna put this, I should trim this, I didn't. This is an agave filifera cutting, or it was a pup. It doesn't look good because it's been really neglected, but there's a lot of soil. I'm just gonna take this whole thing and stick it right down in here to fill this gap. There. And now I can set some little cuttings right in there. Ow, got a splinter. I can set a couple of these little cuttings right in there. My cat's chasing something. Just to kind of cover up the front there. Maybe another one of these on the other side. There, that looks good. What are you doing, you little weirdo? Do you have a feather? No? Cats are just crazy, I think. They're goofy. Okay, I got another one of these little guys. Whoa, and I just pulled all the dirt off of this one. Didn't mean to do that, but that's all right. I'm just gonna stick it right there. That almost feels like a sempervivum. And so I am excited to say that I'm gonna have plenty of plants to do that top. And when you see which plants I have, you're gonna be excited too, because they're all brand new plants. They're not scrappy, ugly, mealy, bug infested cuttings. And they're not little teeny tiny plants. They're the bigger ones that I bought from Home Depot. Pumbaa, can you get out of my way? Can you get out of my way? Come on, you're like a buffalo. Can you move? Move. Come on. Good boy, get out of the way. Dude, you make a better wall than a door. Hey, no, don't be rooting on my leg. You can't see him, but he's like a baby, and your leg is his pacifier. And he puts his snout right against your leg and just starts rooting on you. And he's very strong. He weighs about probably at least 180 pounds. Oh, little man. And so when he starts pushing on your leg, he'll lift you off the ground. Oh. Oh, these are so cute down here. Can't wait to show you. We'll take a walk down the end and look at everything. These ones still have a couple of little blooms on them. So these are little echeverias, and they were blooming when they got here. And I was kind of worried that they were gonna drop their blooms, but they didn't. As soon as I took them out of the box and I watered them, their little blooms just perked right up. And they still have a couple of flowers that are not quite spent yet. Okay, let's see now. I think these all look so similar, so it's hard to decide which one next. They're all basically looking like they're the same color. And clean this little one up, clean this one up. But that one is definitely a purpley. I'm gonna stick you right down in there. This one needs to tuck down. This one, I really need a different color next to this tomentosa, but that's all right. Alrighty, I think I'm running out of space here. We do have a few little areas left that are pretty open. Yeah, I wish they had, I mean, you can buy plants from them with labels. They're little potted ones like this, but each one has a label, so you know exactly what it is and how big it's gonna get and how it's gonna grow. But you're gonna pay a little more for that. When you just buy a box of 100, or no, this was like 48. I think this was 48 in this group. You don't know what you're getting. And you know, there's a picture of it, so I think you get what's in the picture, but they're not labeled, so it's hard to tell which one's gonna grow tall, which one's not. Whatever, you know what I mean? Put another one down in there. If I can find one that I'm not gonna lose all the soil. Oh, just like that. Now I could take a couple of these first, set that gently there. Where, oh, I was gonna put it here, and I can pour the soil. Yeah, this is definitely peat moss, so I probably shouldn't use it like this, but the thing is, here's the thing. This whole tray is full of really dry, gritty cactus soil with a ton of perlite, a ton of pumice, mostly pumice. So adding a little peat moss to it's not gonna make it hold water too much. It's still gonna dry out really quickly when it needs to. And so that is the good thing. That one back there, I think another one there. Maybe maybe that's enough. It's looking pretty good. So here's what I have over here. I have quite a few of these Aeonium. I don't know what variety these are, and I can't remember where this clump came from, if somebody got it or did I buy this, but I planted it, and this is the one that was in the front that just absolutely took off, and it was by that big bear. If you follow my videos, that big wooden bear, and I need to really cut it back. So I did take a few cuttings. Oh, here's a couple more. So these will grow because now is their growing season. I'm anticipating these guys are going to root pretty quickly, and they're just going to be happy in here. I won't be able to leave them too long because they're arboretum. They're going to grow way too big for this space. So now what I have to break a few of the leaves off, are quite a few of these Adolphii Firestorm. So for some color, I want to stick this, if I can get it in there. Can you touch the soil? You are. And then these were some, I don't know what this side, this thing's already got roots on. No, that's a spider web. Okay. This one was planted kind of near my ghosties, but not too close to them. So I know it was a different plant, although they looked real similar. And I did bring a bunch of ghosties out here also. And I'm going to break some of the leaves off so I got more of a stem. You can't see this, but hopefully you can hear me okay. Now, a lot of these, including this one right here, which I'm seeing some mealybugs in here. So I'm gonna have to come out here tonight when I know the sun is all the way in the back. I don't know why I'm not showing you this. Look at the mealybugs in here. That's what this stuff is, this fuzzy little white, cottony. This one's starting to crest. See how it's kind of growing like that? And if you look, you can see the stem is starting to widen and flatten. It's more flat this way and thick that way than round. And my ghost plants out front, and I can never say the name. I'll put it on screen of what they actually are. It's like something Parageisi, I don't know. I can never say that word. Whoops, I keep breaking these leaves off. They seem to really have a tendency to want to crest. And I know Laura Eubanks has a bunch of them that are also crested. And when I planted all mine, I started with only a couple. I really wanted some crested plants. And now, so many of mine are starting to crest that I'm going to be taking some of those out and potting them up, because they're going to look amazing like that. So let me get a couple more of these Firestorms, put them down here, because the sun's going to be hitting these right now in the morning. Well, what time is it now? It's 11:15. The sun is on the side. It's already heading for behind the barn, unfortunately, because it is today's the 17th of October, and it's about, what is it? It says it's 65 degrees. It feels warmer than that here in the sun, but so they're not going to get as much sun as they would in the summertime, but I think it's going to be enough to make them color up a little bit before we lose the sun completely. I hope, anyway. We got that little thing. You know what, for fun, let's break some more of these off. Let's stick one right here in the front. Let's dig down a little for him so he doesn't fall out. All right, let me stand back a little. Yeah, you know what, I still got some gaps. I still have some gaps, so I'm going to look for, these are all too big, and I don't want to cut them now. Okay, I need to find some goofy little cuttings down in here that I can take and tuck into here. that are already hardened off, like so. So I don't have all this dirt showing. Now, standing back, you're not going to see it. Whoops, there was another leaf. But if you walk up, you're going to see a lot of little open areas. And we don't want that, because it just looks unfinished. Okay, I'll stick you there. You can't, I can't even see you. Pull you up a little. So I have, let's push this dirt down a little bit under this aloe. Ow. This is one of these little hybrid aloes. They're like Christmas sled and Christmas snow and white dragon. They have all these goofy names. They have sharp, pointy little edges. They really do. Oh, you know what I do have? No. Oh, I got another nice Fred Ives here. That's a nice big one. I'm gonna stick that one down here. The Fred Ives I like because they also, like a lot of plants, will grow. Let me put you in the back. They will grow over the top and hang down on a stem. They'll snake down and then point back up. And I have a couple in the front in a big pot, and that's what they do, which I love. It makes me happy. Get in there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, got another little agavoides here. Why don't we stick that one down in there? This one, look. See how the roots just grow off the stem? Can you see that? So if you just lay them like that, they'll just root themselves right in there. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, right here. I'm going to turn it that way, and then I'm just going to lay it down in the soil, and then it'll find its way out of there. They'll grow up tall looking for the sun. Okay, here's another fat one. Where can I put you? What is that noise in the barn? Somebody's banging around over there. There. I need something with a long stem. Ooh, this Fred Ives might just work. That I can kind of tuck under this aloe. There we go. And that will grow out of there. All right. How are we looking? I think that's pretty good. Now, I don't have anything that's hanging over because, like in Egypt, I didn't think to buy stuff that was hanging over, that would hang over the edge. I don't know why, but normally I would buy like the Calico Kitten, or I do have a lot of the sedum, you know, the donkey tail sedum and the burrito, which the donkey tail and the burro's tail are a little bit different. One of them, I think the burro's tail is a shorter, fatter stem, where the donkey tail has a longer stem with more of a point on the end. Okay, Pumbaa, can you get out of there, little man? He says, nope, I can't get out of here. I'm busy doing what pigs do, which is scratching on anything that I can get close enough to scratch on. And he scratched on this table, which you can't see, but I'm going to show you in a minute. And he knocked one of the plants off, and a bunch of pieces broke off of it, but it's okay. It'll be okay. All right, so let's see what we have left. Now when I stand back here, it looks really nice, but it's kind of unbalanced because I have this large clump of aeonium right here. Oh, I'm trying to take the camera off really quick. I usually just film with my iPhone, but I have the GoPro here because I needed Dave's, what do you call it? Tripod. So here's how we looking. Okay, I gotta look down at the ground so I don't step on an animal. try to get in close. So you're gonna still see a lot of dirt in there, and you're gonna see a lot of plants that are kind of ratty. I am one of those that hates to throw anything away. I hate throwing away a single plant because I think it's like, it's alive though. I don't want to throw it away. It looks like my battery's about to die. It's like at 7%, but I'm almost done. And then I'm just gonna do this one today, and then I'll come back and I'll do the other one either. Well, I might do the other one tonight, but this is what all's in it. So, you know, I've got some little bare spots. I can still fill them in. Here I can put something under there, but I love these little aloes. And then this is that filifera. This is a really sharp one, but it's gonna be happy in here because it'll get more water, because I never watered the plants. This was from my garden of death. And then I got these little guys on the end. Okay, so up here still has all the dead stuff in it. I'm gonna pull all that out. If there's anything worth saving, which probably not, I'll save it. And then, so maybe tonight when I come out, it'll be cooler over here. Maybe I'll finish that part and add that to the video. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I'll have them all in one video. But look how big this clump. I should have made that in smaller ones, and I probably meant to and just forgot, but I don't want to cut it now because everything else is hardened off for, you know, a week or so, or at least a few days, I don't know. So, okay, so that's where we're at now. And now look what we have left. I have a lot of ugly, scraggly cuttings and some stuff that I'm gonna throw away. I forgot this one. This is a nice one. I just bought this one. I still have a few of these little ones that are potted up from Mountain Crest Gardens. And then a couple, I got another little tiny filifera, another little scraggly aloe, some more big ones from out front, and I can cut a lot more of the ghosties and the firestorm. I have a ton of this, and then whatever this kind of, whatever that other one was. But then I've got all of these. I bought 8 of these. These pots were $10 each at Home Depot, and each one has 8 plants in it. Now they're not big plants, but they have long stems, and this is the one that Pumbaa knocked over. See all the dirt on the ground? Can you see that? I can't tell where I'm pointing, but he knocked it off this table, and a couple pieces broke, but not bad. But here's the firestorm. This looks like one of the, no, it's not. This is different. But look at the beautiful red. So these are all going to go in the top, and they're taller. But what I should do, I don't know. Should I cut them? If I cut them, I'm going to have to wait a day or two. Actually, I won't. If I make them all cuttings and I put everything up there in cuttings and I water, maybe I'll water them first and then cut them, give them a chance to soak. I don't know. But I have plenty, I think, to do the whole top part too. But look, so from a distance, look how much better that looks. Oh my gosh. And once those fill in and they start rooting and they suck at some water, because in October, November, hopefully we don't get cold weather too soon. What is that? This plastic, that must have been from the greenhouse. That was in the soil from this tomentosa. Yeah, that looks so much better from a distance. And I did manage to get a lot of different color in there. I wish there was more red. Those Cameroni eyes should start turning red, those 2 cuttings, because I just cut these off the plant a few days ago. I'm surprised well, their tips are starting to go red. You can see the tip here. It's starting to turn red, but those will be a nice deep red. So, okay, well, we'll be back. Oh, and I got another Cameroni down here. Cameroni eye, that's a bigger one. That's been in that pot for a long time. So I definitely got to get that one, do something with it. But I'm going to clean this up, and then I'll bring it back to do the top. Okay. Okay, well, I got everything in there. I got the top one done. I did not film it because the wind came up, and it was 25 miles an hour out here. And there's no way I'm going to get the camera up, but I wanted to get it finished. So I have all this left. This is, you know, all the leaves that I broke off to make stems. There's a few more little things that I can probably tuck in there, like this little one and that little one. But I'll show you how it looks. I haven't watered yet. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's been a couple of days since I did the bottom one. Today is now the, I'm just gonna, see if you want to see what I'm doing. Today is the 21st, I believe. So, you know, you saw I did the bottom, and they're all looking good. They haven't been watered yet, but it's been a lot cooler. I think it was only 80 today, and it's getting down into the mid 40s at night. So this one still looks really good. It's almost dark. The sun has gone down over there. Are we gonna try to show you? It's beautiful color tonight, but the sun is just that way behind the barn. You know, but it looks a lot lighter out here. It is about, what time is it? Cat, move, I'm gonna trip. I think it's about 6 now, probably close to 6. So here's the top. I haven't cleaned it off yet or anything. Now I do have some gaps. I have a lot of gaps because I ran out of plants, and I do need to go out in front and cut a bunch more so I can cut lots of little pieces to tuck in there. But I did put this Cameronii in there, another Aeonium, and a lot of these little plants. So I did see some mealybugs in here I'll need to spray. I'll do that in the morning when it's cool. This little Dickia, I don't know if it's gonna make it, but I'm like, you know what? If I throw it away, it certainly won't make it, so we'll see what happens. This little clumpy aloe's in here. This will come back. Aloes they're very tough. Yeah, I got some space back in there. I'm gonna save for a couple of taller things. I, again, didn't put anything that's gonna hang over the edge down, just because I didn't have anything. And so, ooh, back up, that's how it looks. And I can't see up in there from the ground because I'm down at this level, and I'm about to trip over this cat. But they certainly look better. Now they're all full, and I'll probably water the bottom half tomorrow. The top has a ton of cuttings because I just chopped a whole bunch of stuff. But a lot of them have roots, so I'm not gonna water those for, you know, I might give it a sip here and there, you know, same with the bottom one. In about 2 more days. It's only supposed to be 80 tomorrow, you know, high 70s, low 80s, 80, 81 maybe at the most. So they should be okay. They're not getting a whole lot of sun on this side of the barn right now, because the sun goes, give you a little look over here. It kind of comes up and it goes in between those trees now and then that way. So they do get some sun, but not a whole lot. But at least that looks better. I was really overlooking it with all these dead plants. So I'll keep you posted on how these look. And then here's what I'm gonna do next. And I might do this tomorrow. I'm gonna go camping next week. So whatever I do out here, I need to get hopping. This Hectia was really expensive. I paid $75 for it. It was one plant, and it's super spiky. It's real similar to a Dickia. It's got sharp points all along the edges. I don't know if you can see those. And the tips are pointy, and it's really stiff, so it doesn't flex at all. But it's really happy. But it's got a huge pup coming out of this side. I don't know if you can see the two. And then now it's got a new little pup coming in right here. See right down in there. And then over here, it has a little bitty pup right down in the middle there. And then this one came in a while ago. So I'm gonna pull this whole plant out and try to get those pups off and have 4 more plants from this one big one. So that'll make me really happy. And then, you know, we'll do some other stuff out here. I need to get this aloe cleaned up. This is an aloe vera, but I need to get all those pups out of there. Cut off these dead leaves. And bloom spikes. 2 huge big bloom spikes. Look at all the way up there. Cut those off. And then, look at how pretty. Little tiger jaw. Looks like dandelions to me. So that's blooming for me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So those gutters are done for now. I will be hanging some frost cloth up over those when it starts really getting cold, and see if I can't get these through the winter this time. We don't get a lot of rain hitting them because they're right up against the wall, so they don't get flooded in the winter, which makes it nice. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try and not have to replace those in the spring. But let's just see how diligent I am at taking care of those. So that is all for now. Thank you for watching. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And let me see if I can give you a nice shot of our sunsets out here. I get the most beautiful sunset. I gotta get my camera to turn just right so you can kind of see the color. Zoom in. Isn't that beautiful? Hey, donkey, donkey. Hi, Jess. Hi, little girl. That's my little Jessie donkey. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.